partly to entice you about that, I want to give you a little sneak preview on what we're calling featured courses. There are going to be courses that are going to be happening over this entire year, where I, along with a curriculum committee or a curriculum committee co-chair, have really developed with the faculty. Now, and here's that list. In the winter, we're doing a course with the Goldman School of Public Policy on political polarization. No matter who wins the election, this whole polarization thematic is going to be prominent at the state level, at the federal level. So the dean, Henry Brady, and I have been working on getting 6 experts from Berkeley, Stanford, and the East Coast to come and talk with us about polarization. So look for that class. I'm also working with the Berkeley Art Museum, Pacific Film Archive. They are doing an exhibition on silence. And it's going to span, it's an interdisciplinary film, music, abstract, all forms of art. It's going to be something where I think it'll be a very challenging and amazing course. We're going to do 2 courses on the America's Cup, a 6-week course in the spring and a 4-week course in the summer. It will talk about all the various dimensions of how a city like San Francisco chooses to invite this kind of world event into its city, what the impact is likely to be. There will also be all sorts of things about the sport. The 4 weeks, we're hoping in the summer to actually offer at the America's Cup Village, which is right on the Embarcadero in San Francisco. And then finally, the Center for Investigative Reporting, which is based here in Berkeley and has just merged with the Bay Citizen. I'm working with them around 6 of their top reporters and their breaking stories to bring us in and tell us how the stories came to be. Some may actually be in the offing, but most will have been the kind of history. You'll have heard about them, but you'll then get to see the dynamic of what it means to do real reporting. So that's to entice you to think about annual membership and all-inclusive. The speaker series, many of you already know, we had 3 of the speakers lined up. It's going to be a really fun afternoon with Paul Drescher and Philippa Kelly and talking about Paul's work. The Roberts Supreme Court is going to be a dialogue between Marshall Krauss, who teaches the Supreme Court with us, a fairly famous ACLU attorney, and the labor lawyer, Bill Sokol. We're trying to do these things in conversation. We think that might be a more dynamic format than just you hearing from a speaker. And then we're going to talk with Apsara, who is at the Museum of Modern Art now in San Francisco, but she is making the move to Berkeley's Art Museum. And so will be a curator with us here. And she has done a fairly groundbreaking look at 6 different cities that have not been known as art capitals of the world, and she's shining the light on them. And then the final one, which was just confirmed last night, and I put up the wrong title for it, with Cynthia Gorney, who's at the Graduate School of Journalism here at Berkeley and a reporter part of the year with National Geographic. She's going to talk, her talk is going to be Paradox Island, a reporter's season in the changing Cuba. And so if you're interested in the 2 economies of Cuba and how people are faring and what's likely to emerge post-Castro, Cynthia is a really internationally recognized reporter, and I think will be fascinating to have her be with us. The 4th Age Salon is designed for our over 80 learners. We have been known to accept people in their mid-70s, but this is my time to meet with the membership and learn from them about what they're interested in. And I have to say, it's about the most inspiring thing I do every month, is meet with them for an hour and a half The next time we meet is going to be October 8th. We meet at University Hall. There's usually about a dozen, maybe there'll be 24 next time. We talked yesterday about what people wanted to be learning about. You know, some people said, oh, let's think about this, or art, or literature. And then the thing that ruled the day was, we want to know about the future. We want to know about technology. We want to know how the future is going to be changed by the impact of technology. So I'm on my iPad right away trying to get Ken Goldberg, who is running the university's new media center and who is also studying wisdom using algorithms. So I think it's a perfect match that he come and meet with our wise over 80 folks and talk about technology. But there'll be other things like that. So if you're interested, please check that out too on the OLLI website. And then thanks to the Fourth Age Salon and to Pat Cross. Is Pat here? Okay, thanks to Pat, we have wired the 41B classroom in University Hall so that people with hearing aids that have a T-coil, which is any hearing aid that's been sold in the last 5 years, can switch and will be able to hear, you know, the speaker through our speaker system and the screens. So if hearing has ever been an issue for you, and you do have a hearing aid, and you do check with your audiologist to get the, you know, the program for your hearing aid, that classroom is going to make the world of difference for you. Next, as a part of the learning community, is that we are also donors. And about a quarter of us contribute to OLLI's annual fund. We're hoping and pretty assured that we're going to raise $60,000 this year. And I think the annual fund chair, Wendy Wilrich, is here. I think that many of you in the audience are donors, so thank you for your contribution. It helps us close the gap. The OLLI website is a real resource, and so I hope you will visit it. It has, in addition to the information about parking, which I know is a big concern, it also has Lucille Postkanzer's lunch guide. So I consult it all the time. When I start to sort of dry up around where I want to eat for lunch, I go to Lucille's guide, and it has really important information about places to check out in the sort of local radius of the downtown area. Also on the website, two other things I want to point out is you see where that yellow arrow is pointing. Course materials can be found on the website. But for course materials, we're trying to cut down on paper. And so we ask that faculty work with us in putting up their course materials on the website. So Satya, if you could click to, this is the course material website as of a couple of weeks ago. You can see Kayleen Asbo is right in there and getting all of her readings up online. But you will go in there and their syllabus will be there, and the syllabus are also on the website. But then you can also go and see the readings. So please check that out.